I am the Kanye West of college football. I don't know how I come up with this stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I do it. Huh?
I'll be right back. I'll grab my chair.
Alright, anyways. I don't know how I do this. I don't know. This is a team that I despise, and I'm going out of my way to help them because they're in the same conference as my team. I feel bad for y'all. I feel bad for you, Florida, for how bad y'all are. And it's obvious we need a new head coach down there in Gainesville. Right, it's obvious. It's obvious. And I've got it figured out. I've got everything.
We're back and more professional than ever. Before we start this video officially, I would like to officially say that I got something wrong in the last video. It was not 2 interceptions by Nico Avocado. It was only 0
My man
interceptions
just said avocado.
by Nico Imyamlava. So, before we start the video, that's what that was.
So anyways, like I said, Florida is in the SEC, and obviously we need a new head coach down there, right? We need a new head coach down there, and I'm the Kanye West of college football because I have figured out all their problems. Okay, so let's get right into this here. All right, so let's go ahead and clear these rumors up right now. Florida Gators is not getting Lane Kiffin. It's not happening. The way that no, it ain't. They ain't getting them. The way that the transfer portal is set up and the way that his season's going at Ole Miss, it don't line up. It don't line up. Signing day.
See, what I see here is fear. I see fear that the Gators get Lane Kiffin and Tennessee still cannot beat them in the swamp. That's what I see right now.
Okay. I'm not worried about that. We ain't beat them in the swamp since 03. Like I told you, if we win the national championship this year and Florida goes 4-8, 3-9, I won't predict Tennessee to beat them in the swamp next year until Tennessee shows me change. I'm not going to predict change.
Hell of a team you got there.
You know, Billy is on the hot seat. Billy Napier, there's no question there, and he's going to be replaced most likely in the middle of the season. They're not getting Lane, though, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm tired of people saying, Florida's a top job to have in the country and their stadium's awesome and the environment. No. You go to a game down there, you get swamp ass, and their fucking stadium looks like it hasn't been re-innovated since the 1900s. I mean, it's not a top job to have. So there's one reason you're not getting Lane. He's not going to Florida. He keep doing exactly what he's doing at Ole Miss and be there and, go 9-10, 11-1, 9-3, 10-2, 11-1, make a New Year's Six game, maybe even a playoff game, and he'll be the Lord and Savior to everybody in Ole Miss. They'll be on the Lane train their whole life, right?
Hello? Something sounds weird over here on my end.
No, you're good. I hear you good. The timing will be off for Lane to go to Florida because Billy will be fired sometime in the middle of this season, right? So Lane will be in the process of taking Ole Miss to the playoffs. They'll have to have already replaced Billy, and Lane's not going to go to Florida whenever he knows he's fixing to take an Ole Miss team to the playoffs. I mean, his quarterback right now is leading in passing yards in the SEC. Dark horse for the Heisman, in my opinion. But
Heisman?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not going to leave that team in the middle of the season, that dominant Ole Miss team. He's already got a recruiting class for 2025 in Ole Miss. I think they're in the top 10 right now. There's so many reasons that he's not going to go to Florida. That delusion needs to leave the Florida Gators fans' heads. Right. But I've got the man that can take Florida back to mediocre.
They said this job isn't what it used to be. They saw adversity. I saw tradition. They saw weakness. I saw promise. They said we need to put this program back on top. I said, when can I start?
That's right. Butch Jones. Clap it. Let's hear the clap sound. Let's hear the clap sound. Clap it up. Butch Jones, baby. Butch Jones to the University of Florida in Gainesville, 2025. I'm calling it right now. I'm sure he's ready to get back into the SEC. You know, revenge tour for Butch in Florida. Starts next season. Yeah, I can't stand when I hear Florida fans saying, or people, Florida fans, whatever, saying they need a coach to bring them back to good. Florida's never been good. Like, they've never been good.
Tim Tebow.
So, let me get to that. Florida has been in the SEC for 100 years, right? 10 decades. How many of those 10 decades do you find SEC championships or national titles?
1.
2. So 80% of the time they've been bad. 80% of the time they've been bad. They're not some powerhouse program and have always been that, like people say. It's not. They've been good for 2 out of the 10 decades they've been in the SEC. Those are horrible stats, horrible numbers. Okay. But don't worry, you know, Butch Jones is going to help them get back to them 7-win seasons. And I don't want any Florida fans saying he's not good, because he coached at Tennessee, beat Florida, he beat Georgia. That's 2 of your biggest rivals. So he can do it. He's got the power to do it. He's put players in the NFL, Josh Dobbs, Alvin Kamara, Juwan Jennings, just to name a few right now. I mean, you know, he can recruit. He doesn't favor recruiting 5-star players. No, his motto is, you know, 3-star players with 5-star hearts, build them brick by brick. So, that's it though. That's who you need. That's who you need to take you back to mediocre. You're horrible. You've never been great. So you're right here, right now. You need a coach to take you back to where you're used to being, right here. And Butch Jones is the man for the job. Butch Jones for the Florida Gators head coach job, 2025.
Butch Jones looks like Bart Simpson.
I don't know how I do this shit, man. I'm telling you, Kanye West of college football right here. I just solved all of Florida's problems. You're not going to get anybody good. You're dealing with a lawsuit right now from a kid that one of your NIL boosters didn't pay. Promised him 13 or 16 million. Billy's buyout's like 20 something million. You're gonna have to pay a coach 4 or 5 million, a decent one at least for their first year. You're looking at $40 million to get back to mediocre.
What was
at bare minimum?
Yeah, I'll tell you who Florida needs. All right.
Oh my God.
Florida needs Mike Leach.
Oh my God.
He will save Florida.
I was trying to be serious.
That's who's gonna save Florida. That is exactly who's Mike Leach.
Kanye West of college ball here. I just saved Florida Gators. This was Mr. Booth in the booth. And y'all have a good night. You're welcome, Florida.